listen to stories, appreciate idioms. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Encountering Idioms. I'm
子曰
Today, the idiom we are going to encounter is
不耻下问
Let's break it down and read it slowly.
不耻下问不耻下问不耻下问不耻
means not ashamed, specifically, not ashamed to do something that others might consider shameful or beneath them. Xia refers to people who have less knowledge or lower status than oneself.
问
means to ask, specifically, to seek advice or knowledge from others. The idiom
不耻下问
means not ashamed to ask those who are inferior to oneself for advice, and nowadays it describes humbly seeking knowledge. The idiom
不耻下问
first appeared in the book Analects of Confucius in the chapter
公也长
The original text states,
女儿好学不耻下问
The meaning of the sentence is that a person who is intelligent and diligent in learning is not ashamed to ask those who have less knowledge or occupy a lower position. This idiom has a story. In the spring and autumn period, there was a great philosopher, politician, and educator named Confucius. Confucius founded the Confucian school of thought, and people revered him as a sage. However, Confucius believed that no one, including himself, was born with knowledge. Once, Confucius went to the ancestral temple of the king of Lu to attend a ceremony, and he frequently asked people for advice, almost asking about everything he needed to do. Someone behind him sneered at him, saying that he did not understand etiquette and asked about everything. After hearing these comments, Confucius said that asking for advice about things one does not understand is the manifestation of seeking to know about etiquette. At that time, there was an official named Kong Yu in the state of Wei. He was modest, studious, and honest. At that time, there was a social custom to give a posthumous title, called a posthumous name, to kings or other dignitaries after their death. According to this custom, after Kong Yu died, he should be given the posthumous name of Wen, so later people referred to him as Kong Wenzi. When Confucius's students heard this name, they were somewhat dissatisfied, as they believed that Kong Yu had many shortcomings. So they went to their teacher Confucius and asked, "Teacher, why can Kong Wenzi be called Wen?" Confucius smiled and replied, he was eager to learn and not ashamed to ask those who were inferior to himself, so he can be called Wen. His meaning was that Kong Yu was intelligent and diligent, not ashamed to seek advice from those who had lower positions and less knowledge than himself, so he could use the word Wen as his posthumous name. In this story, Confucius used the phrase
不耻下问
to praise Kong Yu's modesty and studiousness. There is also a story that goes like this. In ancient times, there was a philosopher named Sun Zi who was very humble and good at learning from people around him and discussing issues. One day, he visited a scholar named Han Fizi and hoped to ask him some questions. However, Han Fizi was arrogant and believed that no one was more knowledgeable than him, so he deliberately refused to communicate with Sun Zi. Sun Zi knew this but was not angry and did not give up. So he went to Han Fizi's house several times to ask for guidance. Xuanzi said, I know that I am not as intelligent and knowledgeable as you are, so I persist in visiting you and hope that you can guide me. Han Fizi was moved by Xuanzi's humble and studious attitude. So he began to teach Sunzi. From that day on, Han Fizi and Sunzi became good friends. They often discussed issues together, and Sunzi gained more knowledge and inspiration as a result. In the end, Sunzi became an outstanding philosopher. In this story, Sunzi's
不耻下问
willingness to learn from others and his humility in asking for help led him to become a great philosopher. These are the 2 stories. Next, let's review the idiom we encountered today.
不耻下问不耻下问
Finally, let's use
不耻下问
to make a sentence.
不耻下问是一种传统美德，值得我们大家学习。不耻下问是一种传统美德，值得我们大家学习。
That's all for today's Encountering Idioms. If you like it, please like and subscribe. See you next time.